The modern black market has evolved far beyond the disorganized chaos of street-level crime. Today's illicit industries generate trillions of dollars annually by adopting the same professional structures found in a Fortune 500 boardroom. Governments poured hundreds of billions into border security and anti-drug agencies, yet illicit trade tripled in that same window. This second line represents the growth of illegal markets, now simply too large and well-structured for traditional policing to contain. Illicit markets are winning because cartels and syndicates have scaled into agile, multinational entities. They have successfully modeled their operations on the most successful businesses in the world. Understanding how they maintain this dominance requires looking past the violence and into the mechanics of their operations, starting with how they move product across borders. 20 years ago, the journey north through Mexico was largely a test of individual endurance. Migrants relied on the Beast, a dangerous network of freight trains, clinging to the roof for a free ride toward the U.S. border. Cartels have since violently monopolized these routes. They've replaced the chaos of train hopping with a streamlined, high-cost system that controls every mile of the southern border. Regional operators like King Coyote act as middle management for these networks. They run cartel-approved transport franchises, managing thousands of clients through a professionalized pipeline. The $12,000 smuggling fee acts as a logistical guarantee. This capital allows transport companies to coordinate payoffs and bypass dozens of government checkpoints, ensuring their product moves with predictable efficiency. While the logistics are professionalized, the conditions remain inhumane. To move high volumes, people are packed into 18-wheelers like commercial freight, a method designed for profit margins that frequently results in mass casualty events on the road. Smuggling has scaled into a vertically integrated logistics network. It is a franchise-based system optimized to move people with the same cold efficiency as a global shipping company. In Brazil and Colombia, criminal organizations source their labor from sprawling favelas and impoverished rural towns. These regions provide a constant supply of recruits looking for a way out of extreme poverty. The traditional reliance on male operatives created a predictable target for law enforcement. Militarized police forces aggressively profile and target men, leading to thousands of arrests and significant operational disruptions. Cartels responded by pivoting their recruitment toward women. These cocaine queens exploit a massive blind spot in police profiling, allowing the organizations to maintain their leadership structures while evading detection. Female commanders now manage multi-million-dollar nodes in the supply chain. They oversee production on 30,000-acre plantations and direct the security forces needed to hold them. For ambitious women in these regions, the black market offers the only path to authority and wealth. They are demanding roles in the only lucrative industry accessible to them, and the cartels are using that ambition to solve their labor crisis. Tapping into an overlooked labor pool has revitalized cartel operations. It is a calculated expansion of the workforce that has allowed the cocaine trade to bypass traditional law enforcement tactics. In the United States, the black market has moved beyond the traditional cartel model. Today, independent rogue chemists are operating like tech startups, developing and marketing their own synthetic products. Figures like Dr. Tony Huge run agile operations focused on experimental research. They develop compounds like selective androgen receptor modulators, or SARMs, operating in a legal gray area to test new performance-enhancing drugs on a mass scale. These operations use influencer culture to reach their target market. By bypassing traditional dealers and using social media, they market their research directly to amateur athletes and bodybuilders. As the FDA and DEA increase regulatory pressure, these domestic operations face shutdown. A centralized laboratory in the U.S. is a fixed target that eventually attracts federal investigation. The response is to move the entire research and supply chain offshore. By relocating to regulatory havens like Thailand, these chemists can develop and distribute their products without the oversight of U.S. law enforcement. The underground steroid market survives by being as agile as any tech firm. It uses offshore supply chains and rapid R&D cycles to stay ahead of the agencies designed to stop them. The global black market operates as a mirror of the legitimate economy. It follows the same laws of supply and demand, utilizing the same professional strategies to move products and manage people. These illicit corporations are driven by a constant human demand for security, wealth, and physical perfection. As long as that demand exists, the market will organize to satisfy it. Governments attempt to block these economic forces using physical barriers and razor wire, but a wall is a static solution to a dynamic problem. When a shipment is seized or an operative is arrested, these networks treat it as a cost of doing business. They simply adjust their routes or recruit from a new demographic, maintaining their flow of goods with corporate resilience. Black markets are an economic and sociological phenomenon, not just a tactical one. Until they are treated as highly adaptive, multinational corporate networks, they will continue to outmaneuver every law intended to stop them.